CR7, Messi, Mbappé, Neymar, De Bruyne. All these superstars have one thing in common. Their salaries are just bonkers. But why do football clubs pay these guys so much money? What do they get in return for these gigantic investments? And how much more will these players earn this season compared to last year? Well, today we're answering all these questions and many more. So let's start with a bang. Why do football players get paid so much money? To understand why these guys get paid so much money, we need to look at 4 reasons. The first reason is that these players have a massive fan base all around the world. The second reason is that they bring in a ton of money from TV rights, sponsorship deals, and merchandise sales. The third reason is that they generate a lot of revenue for their clubs through ticket sales. And the fourth reason is that there is a limited supply of top talent, and teams are willing to pay big bucks to get them. So now that we know why football players get paid so much money, let's take a look at the top 10 highest paid players in the world. Number 2 is Sadio, who plays for Bayern Munich and earns $400,000 per week. No. 9 is Luis Suarez, who plays for Nacional and earns $450,000 per week. Number 8 is Mohamed Salah, who plays for Liverpool and earns $500,000 per week. No. 7 is Gareth Bale, who plays for LAFC and earns $550,000 per week. Number 6 is Raheem Sterling, who plays for Chelsea and earns $600,000 per week. No. 5 is Bruno Fernandes, who plays for Manchester United and earns $650,000 per week. No. 4 is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who plays for Chelsea and earns $700,000 per week. No. 3 is Kylian Mbappé, who plays for Paris Saint-Germain and earns $900,000 per week. No. 2 is Lionel Messi, who plays for Inter Miami CF and earns $1 million per week. And finally, no. 1 is Cristiano Ronaldo, who plays for Al Nassr and earns $1.2 million per week. Now that we've covered the top 10 highest paid football players in the world, it's time to answer another pressing question. How much more will these players earn this season compared to last season? Well, sit back and relax, because we've got the answer for you right here. Let us kick things off with the legendary Cristiano Ronaldo, who is currently playing for Al Nassr and raking in a whopping $1.2 million every week. That's an increase of $200,000 compared to his previous weekly wage at Manchester United. Up next, we've got the magician himself, Lionel Messi, who's now part of the MLS and making moves with Inter Miami CFE. He is currently on a weekly wage of $1 million, which is a significant jump from his former salary of $545,000 at Paris Saint-Germain. Then we have Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian king, who is still making waves at Liverpool and earning a cool $500,000 every week. That's a neat $25,000 raise compared to his previous wage at the club. Next up is Bruno Fernandes, who has been instrumental in Manchester United's midfield and is currently on a weekly wage of $650,000. That's a tidy $100,000 increase from his previous wage at the club. We also got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who has found a new home at Chelsea and is now earning $700,000 every week. That's a nice little raise of $100,000 from his previous wage at Barcelona. Finally, we've got Raheem Sterling, who has another big name at Chelsea and is currently on a weekly wage of $600,000. That's a massive $150,000 leap from his previous wage at Manchester City. So, there you have it. These guys are not only among the best in the game, but they're also cashing in big time. We've seen the highest paid players today, but how does their wage compare to other players from their respective leagues? Well, grab some popcorn and settle in, because we're about to take you on a wild ride through the world of football salaries. Now let's turn our attention to the Premier League, where the average weekly wage for a player is $62,000. But wait, there's more. The top 10% of players rake in an eye-watering $182,000 per week. That's a staggering amount of money. Now let us head over to La Liga, where the average weekly wage is a bit more modest at $45,000. But don't worry, the top 10% of players still earn a cool $145,000 per week. Moving on to the Saudi Pro League, where the average weekly wage is $53,000. And yes, you guessed it, the top 10% of players earn a whopping $195,000 per week. Finally, let's take a look at the MLS, where the average weekly wage is $68,000, and the top 10% of players earn a respectable $200,000 per week. So overall, what do you think about the rise of football wages over the years? Well, buckle up, because we've got some fascinating stats to share. Back in the 1980s, the average weekly wage for a professional footballer was a measly $150. Fast forward to the 2000s, and wages had skyrocketed to $25,000 per week. Today, the average weekly wage for a professional footballer is a mind-boggling $500,000. That's a $300,000 increase in just over 4 decades. Just imagine how much these guys will be earning in the 2040s. Who knows, maybe they'll be making $1 million per week. But now it is time to take a closer look at how much these players will earn in the future. So, sit tight because we've got the inside scoop for you right here. Alright, let's talk about the future of football wages. According to our sources, players in the Premier League could earn up to $182,000 per week by 2030. In La Liga, wages are expected to reach up to $145,000 per week by the same year. The Saudi Pro League is also on track to increase wages to up to $195,000 per week by 2030. And in the MLS, players can expect to earn up to $200,000 per week by the end of the decade. That's a lot of money. So now that we've taken a deep dive into the future of football wages, it's time to wrap things up. As you can see, these guys are not only incredibly talented, but they also bring in a ton of money for their clubs and sponsors. That's why they deserve to be paid so much money. But what do you think about these high salaries? Is it justified, or is it too much? Well, let us know what you think in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. So there you have it, folks. You now in the know when it comes to the top 10 highest paid football players in the world. But remember, knowledge is power. So keep learning, keep growing, and don't stop asking questions. Until next time, stay curious, stay hungry, and most importantly, stay awesome. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you later.